Now, what might that look like applying a framework like Bloom's taxonomy to consider a digital tool's ability to engage, enhance, and extend learning? Well, what we can do is we can shift that frame into something like this. So you still have all of the Bloom aspects. You've got remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. If we step back, we then think of the action verbs. And so if we want to use a digital tool to apply, well, then you see the words that you would want to utilize in your thinking. Students are going to draw, they're going to simulate, they're going to implement, they're going to share, or if you want them to create, they're going to transform, compose, rearrange, construct. So we're utilizing Bloom's taxonomic verbs to get us in the right frame of mind, thinking about the action verbs that then allow us to think about the activities. And so again, moving from create to rearrange or compose or transform, then you've got the activities that you might run with the students. Building a website, blogging, creating digital stories, building video games or making podcasts. And then we take one more step out and we have the different tools that we would want to then utilize. So keeping the learning first and the technology second or even third down the line. We want to make sure we're thinking about why and what it is that we're hoping students will learn and develop a skill for before we then dive into the different tools that you might use. So if you want to do a podcast, you could actually use the podcast application or GarageBand. If you want them to do some sort of a blogging or presentation, you have all of these different tools to utilize. Here are the tools you might use for remembering and understanding and applying and then analyzing all the way down here. Again, we start with the Bloom's taxonomic levels in the middle. We think about the action verbs. We think about the activities. Then we think about the digital tools to utilize. Think back to your digital learning project, the learning environment that you created and shared with me last week. I want you to think about the ISTE standards. It might seem overwhelming. Oh, there's so many choices. Well, when you find a tool that you want to use and you say, I don't know how to use it, you can begin to turn towards YouTube for tutorials. For example, here are a collection of tutorials that you might need for this week. Prezi, Venngage, Padlet, Piktochart, Audacity, Poplet, Canva, Screencastify. If you go to YouTube and search a digital tool's name and a tutorial for it, most likely you're going to find a collection of videos that will help you get that one-on-one. Again, we're thinking about why we would use a tool first before we use it. And then in order to use it, we actually can find those step-by-step procedural informational videos that help us do just that. And there are even videos So that's the first part of this week, is really thinking about the different types of web tools and how we might use them in our classrooms to engage, extend, and enhance. To engage, enhance, and extend. Using Bloom's taxonomy. Using Bloom's taxonomy. Another set of standards that can help us as we develop our digital tool opportunities and capabilities in the classroom are the ISTE standards. I want you to reflect back on your digital learning environment, the project you just turned in. And I want you to consider the ISTE standards, and I have the link right here. I want you to then visit our Padlet, and I want you to share which of those standards you feel you identified with as you completed that digital learning environment. Were you a learner? Were you a leader? A citizen? A collaborator? A designer? A facilitator? Or an analyst? Which of those do you feel